Stop talking about Aston Villa.
Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to Villa in Noir. It is Tuesday night. It is late, but I'm here just to talk about some developments that have happened in Aston Villa or around the Aston Villa space in the last hour, I would say. It's been an eventful day for Aston Villa, so we're here. You know what I'm saying? We're here. Big up to everybody that's already jumped in. Big up to H. I see you there, my bro, every single time. Make sure you guys are liking this video. Make sure you're subbing to the channel. Make sure you're also checking out my page on socials as well. This next season, I'm going to start bumping up. Really sorry about that. This next season, I'm going to start bumping up my output on the social channels as well. Probably get into more discourse over those spaces, especially on Twitter. So big up to everybody if you are going to go follow over there as well. Yo, it's been a mad day, you know. And I wasn't even planning to come online today. I wasn't even planning to do nothing today. But can't ignore what's just happened. Can't ignore the news that's just come out. Funny enough, I was actually gonna do a video on Ollie Watkins earlier today. And I was actually quite convinced that, you know, there was not really a chance of him leaving. Do you know what I mean? I said he's a Penfold thing. All right, bro, listen. You know what it is? These are like these are blue light glasses, isn't it? So, you know, when you've got too much screen time, I get headaches and stuff. So sometimes I wear them to kind of just counteract them things there. Big up KJ every single time. Big up Villainous Villain. I'm gonna get onto that AWB thing in a bit. Kizzy, you don't know what it is. Big up, follow what he says, smash those likes, people. It's important. It helps the channel. It helps what I'm doing here. So, yeah, I'm just chilling this evening, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm reading my book, all that kind of stuff. Then I get a notification. You know what I mean? I get a notification on my phone from Twitter. I get a notification from Catch in the GC, and jump on Twitter, and this is what I see. I see that Ollie Watkins, there has been an official bid from Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia for Ollie Watkins, worth around 45 million euros total package, which includes the add-ons. Watkins apparently is keen on a move to Al Hilal, sorry. However, the final decision stands with Aston Villa, which is a key component that I do want to address here today. Villa have already rejected 2 approaches from the Saudi Arabian side, but now there is an official bid on the table. James has just spoken in the chat. He says, so Watkins could definitely go if Villa get what they want. Watkins has been offered 400k as a salary. Wow, okay. And another player would come, Jackson, another player would come in if he does go. All right, this is what I did want to address whilst on here. So this is the question that's in my title for the video is, can we say no to this offer? Is this something we can actually say no to? Ollie Watkins is a staple player of this Aston Villa squad. He is cognizant of this era that we're in. Aston Villa very much, when you look at this Aston Villa era, you look at the trajectory that we've been on from when we first came into the Premier League to where we are now. Ollie Watkins is synonymous with that. There's a few players that would be you would class as synonymous with this period. You know, you look at the likes of Mings and McGinn and Watkins and Konsa, to some extent Emi Martinez, Digne, all synonymous with this progression that Aston Villa have made. And Ollie Watkins, I thought, probably wouldn't leave, especially in light of the latest news that we had, that Majo is injured until September, October, that Tammy Abrahams got injured in the last game as well. Is this a wise move for Aston Villa to make? Now, on a financial perspective, 100%, right? Ollie Watkins is 30 years old. He's about to turn 31 in December. And, you know, this might be the best or one of the better packages that we could get for him. James is saying in the chat that Villa want more. I do hear it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think if we can try and squeeze a little bit more out of him, then
Why?
if we can squeeze a little bit more out of Al Hilal in terms of money, then so be it. But if an offer for Ollie Watkins that comes in the £50 million range or €50 million range, is it something Aston Villa can say no to in light of just the circumstances around age, you know, and also Ollie's streaky output, you know, for the vast majority of last season, his output wasn't one that we appreciated. It was a very tough watch last year with Ollie Watkins as a Villa fan, you know, often going through some goal droughts, but he came good at the end of the season. And, you know, part of me this year was quite hopeful that, you know, he could hit the ground running the way that he finished last season. If he's able to hit the ground running the way that he's left last season, then we'd be in good stead. He'd be a great person to start ahead of Majo, give Majo some time to acclimatise and accustom to the league, not putting so much pressure on a 17-year-old. Then Majo got injured. I just thought, you know what, let's just take our time and utilise the experience that we have. Do you know what I mean? In the changing room. But when an offer like this comes in, can we say no? I don't know what everyone's thoughts are. I'm going to skim through the chat real quick about this, what everyone thoughts about Ollie Watkins leaving. Yeah, I'll get to the Martinelli stuff later. Villa want 50 to 60 millions. Here you go. McGinn's not happy with 3 players at Villa at the moment. Jackson replacing Watkins is risky, and I feel like this constant news of Nicholas Jackson. Big up time and every single time. Big up to you, bro. Yeah, you're right. It looks like there's it looks like it might be a rebuild that's going on at Aston Villa. Can Watkins go after we play Arsenal? I hear it, brother. Can we wait until the final day of the transfer market to send him off? Because we know what he does against Arsenal. We know what he does. He's saying that would mean for me that Majo is seen as the main man. Bro, I hear what you're saying. I think it's too early to do that. He's 17, man. He's not even 18 till January. I think that's too much pressure to put on a young man at this point in his career. I know Kizzy was talking the other day and he was just saying that, you know, sometimes people are just ready to go. And I think, yeah, that might be the case. But me personally, I wouldn't want to put that much pressure on a 17-year-old in a key season for Aston Villa where Champions League requalification is paramount, that we have to try and do well in the domestics and we have to try and qualify in the Champions League, try and get far in the Champions League. I think it's too much to put on a young player too soon. Day trading zone, sell his BC. He's 30, he'll go for peanuts soon. And this is it. You know, I think we have to, that's the only thing that's making me question, like, is this too good of a deal to say no to at this point in Ollie Watkins' career? Yeah. Oh, yeah. At this point in Ollie Watkins' career, is it too, like, you don't want to play with too much? Like 2 seasons ago, Arsenal were in for him. You know, they were looking to spend a young 40 on him, and we didn't sell. And then his output hasn't been the best since that season, or it's been streaky at best. Do we capitalise and cash in on him now? But, you know, we'll see. All the Chelsea fans, Ashley knows ball, 60 mil JM Jackson, I'm waiting. I'm seeing too many links to Nicholas Jackson to ignore the issue here. Now, this is something that I do want to speak about. There's 2 things I want to address today. So I want to address this Ollie Watkins thing. I want to know what everyone's thoughts are in regards to Ollie Watkins. Do you think this is a good move for Aston Villa? And I know, like, taking everything into account, yes, his age, yes, the likelihood of being able to get this kind of money for him again, but also let's not ignore the effect on the squad. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And also, just we haven't seen Ollie Watkins in this preseason to know what kind of form he's in. A lot of people were quite skeptical about the fact that he was not training with the squad. You know, he was away training with Andres Weisman in some next team, next facilities. You know, is it? I didn't really think there was anything to be worried about, but just at the moment, there just seems to be a little bit of confusion as to what's going on. All right, little people, listen. I see 20 plus people in here. Run those lights up immediately, man. Run those lights. Just press the like button. Sub to the channel whilst you're there as well. It's free. Kizzy, I guess he's talking about Majo. When you see a man twist up one of the best centre backs in the world, especially with his stature, you gotta let his brother spread his wings. That's a grown man, right? That's a grown man right there. I hear you, brother, but you have to like physicality and mentality are two different things. You gotta manage it. Would I take Igor Thiago? Nah, man. He reminds me of Ollie. Streaky. I think after the season he had last season with Brentford, I don't see him doing the same thing again, or it'll be streaky again. Let's look at the reason why, and this is why I'm a bit skeptical about Jackson. I do think, James is saying that he's very confident Jackson will be a Villa player. I do think this, if Ollie does go for this price, then I think Jackson comes in. My only trepidation about the Jackson thing is that we're just getting like for like, in the sense of a person that can score goals. Like, they have the capacity to score goals. We know they can score goals. We know there's quality there. However, the manner in which they score the goals, in terms of the frequency, in terms of like being streaky, I think we're just getting Ollie Watkins, but younger. Do you know what I'm trying to say? However, we do understand that there is a connection between Jackson and Unai Emery. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll be more inclined to accept that Nicola Jackson buy if it is that Ollie Watkins does go. Again, villainous villain. You said it. You hit the nail on the head. You know, Watkins can go if we have a good replacement, and that's what I said in the GC earlier. I said I can only see this happening if there is a replacement in the line in line to go. I can understand why the players were annoyed with Ramsey was sold, but remember, he went to a rival team. A Saudi move would purely be a money move, and that's on him. Listen, let's be honest. Like, let's be straight in it. The money in Saudi is silly money, and I think anyone who wants to better their position, you know, anyone that looks at their career maybe on the backside of on the other side of their peak, and that kind of money's been in front of you. If the truth is that Ollie's being offered 400k a week, brother, that's miles more than what it's like 4 times more, or over 3 times more than what he's on at Villa. James saying he's currently expecting Watkins to go. Kizzy, to be fair, considering Jackson worked with Emery at Villarreal, you would expect Unai to get a tune out of him. Yeah, listen, I understand that 100%. Villains ask me, who would I buy? This is the thing. The way I see it is I just need somebody that can play that role to allow Majo time to develop, but also not have a drop off. So I can see why the Jackson thing is there. If I look at the Premier League right now, and across the board, I can't really think of strikers that come to my head that will be in the price range that is required for us. That I can come to mind just yet. You let me know, chat, who you think Villa should get. You see Tony glow up and you say, let me get some of that. Listen, bro, that money that's life-changing money, man. They're human at the end of the day. These guys are human. Yes, they've already paid crazy amounts of money, but more money. You know what I'm trying to say? Although the love of money is the root of all evil, but listen, money makes life easier. We already know that. This is it. We have to be honest, man. We have to be honest. Man said Mateta, bro, after the drama with Mateta last year, you know, he was trying to play us off with one of the Italian clubs. I don't want someone that sees us as, like, I don't want to see someone that's at Crystal Palace, bro, trying to treat Villa like liquor, man. Nah. Mm-mm. Never that, bruv. Never that. Money-wise, it makes sense for Ollie. Can't see him going to a higher chain club. Yeah, I think he missed his opportunity to do that. Do you know what I mean? And I think this is like a money grab. And rightfully slow. Big up Veta every single time. Yo, listen, make sure you go follow his channel. In fact, sorry, we just do shout out Timon real quick. Go to Up the Villa TV. Timon's Villa content. Go check that out. Big up to my guy Veta from across there in Canada. Oh, Canada. Sorry, bro. So large up JM in the chat. Looks like a lot of us will be buying late in the window. Listen, this has been the craziest window for me personally. Or I don't know whether it's because this is the first window I've really kind of been on content and having to kind of stay up to date with things. But I haven't seen Aston Villa move this, what's the word? Frequently, or be in the conversation this frequently throughout the window. Last year, I know, it was all last minute. A1, you joke, man. But yeah, back to Veta. Yeah, it seems like a lot of us will be buying late in the window. You know what? Like, just to be honest, right? I don't like being disingenuous, right? I don't like being a disingenuous person. And I think it's important. This is what I want you to talk about today as well. Before I get to the Wan-Bissaka stuff. Yesterday I was on the catch up and I was asking Veta like how he feels about the fact that there's a lot of this season, the stability at Man City probably isn't what it probably was last year. They've lost a lot of their spine of the team, you know, the people that carry the culture of the team. So John Stones, you got Bernardo Silva's gone, Rodri's now gone, you know, Pep's left. You know, there's a lot of movement that can cause instability, you know, and we know that with instability, no matter how much quality you have, when instability is there, it can cause problems, right? So I was saying this to Veta, but then when I really think about it, Aston Villa are potentially in a very similar position, bro. You know, in terms of a lot of movement in our club, right? A lot of movement in our club. Veta, if I want to sing, I want to sing. Listen, bro, I actually can sing. I'm not going to sing properly here. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I ain't going to do that, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? A1, you don't want Watkins, bro. You ain't paying what we want. So this is what I wanted to highlight, just in light of being quite genuine, just to make sure no one can accuse me of being disingenuous based on what I say to other people. When you look at Aston Villa's starting lineup for the Europa League final, yeah, bro, straight away there's three guys on this starting lineup that aren't there. And I said this at the top of the live. I said Ollie Watkins is synonymous with Aston Villa's progression in the last few years, and there's a number of players that are synonymous with Aston Villa, the culture of Aston Villa, the spine of Aston Villa, the ethos of our club on the pitch. Anyway, that you can't write this Villa story without them. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And straight away, Morgan Rogers is no longer there. Yuri Tielemans isn't there. Luca Dean ain't there. And then there's 3 question marks as well. Ollie Watkins, Emi Martinez, and Ezri Konsa. Oh, my cursor was on the wrong page. But anyway, and Ezri Konsa. That's 6 out of 11 players. That's more than 50% of the starting lineup where they're either gone or there's talks of them leaving. And being 5 days out from the start of the season, right, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days out from the first game of the season, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like this, if this was any other club, I'll be honest, like in being genuine, if this was any other club in this position, I would be worried about the stability of the club. I'll be worried about the culture of the club. That's just me being honest. I can't say it more than that. I'm not saying this is my position. I'm just saying that if this was a rival club, if this was another team that I like to take the mick out of, if it was the Arsenal team, if this was Chelsea, if it was anybody else, if I was on any of the panel shows that I go on, and this was the situation that their club was in, I would be getting onto this very fact. I'd be like, look, you've got however many man that aren't there at your club anymore that contributed to your best season. This is what I'd be saying. So the question is, should I be worried, man? Should I be worried? Should there be part of me that isn't as confident about the season, just based on the amount of exits or potential exits that they are, and the notable exits that they are? Let's be straight. Yuri Tielemans, when I said Villa's top 3 players last year, he was one of them. If I stretch out the top 5, he's definitely in there. Morgan Rogers, top 5 player for Villa last year. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And again, synonymous with our rise. And you know what I'm saying? Yo, Ty, I'll be honest. I have to be honest, because you know what it is, bro? I go on these panel shows, I speak to all these other clubs, and I get onto them about certain things, and I had to just really be honest. Like, I can be really positive about Aston Villa. I can be honest about the fact that we've bought all these players in. We've got Manzambi, we've got João Gomez. Majo's looking like he's going to be a beast when he comes back from injury. You know, we're looking to get Suzuki. All these kind of stuff. Ruggieri, we've strengthened at left back. We're potentially strengthened at right back, which I'll get to in a second. All these things are great, but honestly, I have to be quite objective in that if any other club was in this position, if Man United were in a position where, as much as they've bought in great quality, they lost Bruno and they lost who else? They lost Acuna, and they lost, who else was there? They lost who's the left back? Oh, they don't have, Luke Shaw, but Luke Shaw now. And then there was question marks about Lamens, and there's question marks about Shesko, and there's question marks about Martinez and O'Harry Maguire. I would say these same things, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I would be getting onto them. So I have to be honest. I have to be genuine. I can't be one of them disingenuous fans and just look with rose-tinted glasses. I have to be honest. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And this isn't me saying that I'm worried about the season, because I genuinely believe that we've done good business. I genuinely believe that the holes that are apparent with these losses have been plugged in the main. But can we be honest and say that, you know, we may not hit the ground running? I'm seeing some comments. Sorry, quickly. Yo, big up Rev every single time. Yo, man's got Declan Rice with a do-rag on his thing, man. Take that down, bro. Big up Kevin. Watkins only leaves if Emery changes his mind. And whilst I'm reading the comments, let me know your thoughts about what I've just said, you know, in regards to just being objective in what I'm seeing. Big up Dor every single time. Listen, great Nottingham Forest fan, great content. Go follow him as well. Go sub to his channel. What the hell is happening at Villa? You should be calm though, because you're still going to have a good season, bro. I hope so, and I believe that it will be the case. I've got Villa finishing in the Champions League spaces in my predictions and stuff, but as I'm just trying to be objective in it. I'm just trying to be objective, like how I hold other fans to an account of objectivity in it. That's all it is. Brother, I'm saying top 6 ain't good enough for me. I want Champions League again. I don't want to be in Europa League. Question should be, will Emery last at your dusty club? Emery's got credit in the account, bro. Emery's got credit in the account, man. You know what I'm trying to say. Here you go. 100 goal club for Ollie incoming. That's if he stays. Man says, I'll happily sell Bruno for 150 M's. Kevin Watkins will go if Villa get 50 mil. Durag Dex is a rude boy. Brother, like KJ, you know me in it. You know what I'm saying? You know how I am. Like, I had to stop him. I had to pause today, bro. I had to pause and be like, yo, we're 5 days out from the league starting, and not only is Majo, our young phenom, out till September, not only is Tammy now injured, but the only other striker that we have in our squad is potentially being sold. This doesn't make much sense. And these losses or these sells are pivotal sells in the sense that they're key players to the ethos of the club. It's very clear that Unai is on a rebuild thing. Very clear that he's on a rebuild vibe. You know, it will take a month or two to get going. No time to play. Yeah, and I think this is what I didn't want to happen. You know, I didn't want us to be in a case where, like last year, where we were just there was so much uncertainty about the team that we just didn't start well. We didn't start the league, bro. We didn't score for 5 games. Let's remember that this time last year, we've already played the game against Newcastle. Ezri Konsa already got that red card. And it only got worse for the first 4 weeks of the season. Do you know what I mean? Remember, this is when I first started doing content, and I was like, should I have bothered doing content this year? Because Villa are looking shaky, bro. It's looking relegation style. So I wanna exercise patience, but in this league, can we have patience? We've got Brighton, Brighton, Arsenal, Hull, Forest, and who's the last? And Spurs. Those are our first 5 games. For me, personally, I'm like, yo, I want to go 5 for 5. But realistically, if I can go 3 wins and a draw and maybe 1 loss, then I'll be happy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But we can't be losing 5 or drawing 5, or, you know what I'm saying? We can't have the same start as we did last year. Kevin James, suicidal if Watkins goes, as in you're losing you're losing at least 15 goals a season. Straight up, I hear you, Kevin, but they're streaky, innit? Ollie's so streaky. I would love a player that just bangs goals in consistently. Do you know what I'm trying to say? All right, behave yourself, KJ. Unai wants the big ears, bro. Unai wants big ears trophy. That guy is right. Too much change. The moment a potential good player has a bad game, Unai won't trust him anymore and hold the bench. He can't do that this year. Unai doesn't have the luxury of doing that this year, right? Because you've made these changes. This is now your squad. I think one of the things that we've been saying for the last however many years is that this is the squad that he has is very much a Dean Smith / Steven Gerrard squad. This is now your squad, Unai Emery. You have to now come through. Yo, people, press that like button, man. Just smash that like button as well whilst you're here as well. Unai, you've got to do the job now because this is your squad. This is your stamp. This is the people that you wanted. And if there's one area of Unai Emery's tenure that I've always been a bit shaky on, is his recruitment. So he has to hit. This has to hit. This has to hit. Villa have set a deadline on deals for Watkins and Konsa. I'd be interested to know what those deadlines are. Listen, it needs to be this week. It needs to be this week. Do you know what I mean? Unless people are coming with astronomical signs. I don't think Konsa goes. I think we saw enough from Arsenal on the weekend that they've got enough defensive backup to hold out in some way until Saliba comes back. How long are Majo and Tammy out for? All I know is that Majo is a hammy. So we're looking at maybe 6 to 8 weeks at the time when the injury was. So a week ago. So we're looking at like September, bro. September, October. And this is why I don't think Ollie will go. It makes sense financially, but nah. Man says, we've got Jesus for you. Yo, we don't want Gabby Jesus, man. Apparently we're looking at Martinelli. I don't know about that one either, man. I don't know about the Martinelli one. Like, I need the day to come where Villa aren't doing the scraps thing. Do you know what I mean? I've clocked it. Teams can't drop into the Europa League anymore, and that squad you just had last season is too good for the Europa League. Unai doing a loophole, doing up loophole FC, resetting the level of the team to Europa level 40. Hey, KJ, relax, bro. Relax, bro. Relax, bro. Man said, what do you chest is a joke thing. Yeah, he's out, man. Tammy got injured in that last game, the last preseason game, bro. I don't know how serious it is. But he defo left the game early. I'm sure he came on as a sub and then finished. Well, he left the game early and went straight down the tunnel, apparently. They're gonna be in the chat, bro. Do you know what I mean? They don't like man in it, but would he be? Do you know what I mean? To be fair, he's an upgrade. It'll be an upgrade on Garnacho. You know what I'm trying to say? Maybe we should have waited for that. I don't think we're gonna get any business from Arsenal, bro. I don't think we're gonna get any business from Arsenal because it's very clear that there's a thing between Arsenal and Aston Villa. You're talking about Ollie here. James saying professional opinion he goes, but Villa fan want to keep him. Listen, I hear it, man. My question is where the goal's coming from next season if he does go, and the likes of Majo and Tammy are out. It looks like we'll probably go to that false nine vibe for the first couple games. All these Arsenal fans trying to get rid of Nelly. Why is he good enough for Aston Villa, not good enough for Arsenal? Big up Black Country Villa every single time. Big up to every single body. Also, I want to just shout out everybody. Thank you for the love that was shown on the other stream, the first birthday stream. This was, I'm enjoying this journey, man. So continue to do that. Here we go. Apparently, Martinelli wants Villa. Interesting. We'll see, man. We'll see. And Tammy should be okay for the weekend. All right, cool. If Tammy can hold it down, and here's the thing. Like, we have to remember, Tammy's not a washed player, man. Like, I have to remember, he scored that important goal against Sunderland. He's just a different player to Watkins. He's not going to do the running that Watkins does, which is probably why other players are going to be so important in terms of just keeping that energy going. Especially whilst Majo is out, I think Tammy will hold the position. If Gabby Martinelli plays, he'll play in the central 10, not on the left. I don't know if he's got... What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? There's nothing between Arsenal and Aston Villa. It's just the gaffer is vexed. Like, Kizzy, be honest, right? Be honest. If you man kept Unai, do you think you would have won a Premier League before now? Because I think you would have. I think you should have given him some time. He's a quality manager. Yeah, only person I take. This is it. Only person I take from Arsenal right now. I take him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Even just give him a buyback clause, if anything, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Just get him over here. I think we need the right wing patterns as soon as possible. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is good. All right, so let's talk. Man said, help out old manager, get out of here. Yo, people's crazy. He isn't washed but doesn't play to his strength. This guy's 6 foot plus, but also doing flicks when the ball comes to him. Big man, hold the ball. Man's on about Tammy, obviously. Yo, listen, this was like Tammy's he's tall, he's got strength, he's got the ability to play good hold up play. He just needs to do that. And I think, let's just play. He needs to play to his strength. We need to play to his strengths and see what happens as well. Rev doesn't think that Unai would have won a Prem with Arsenal. I think he would have, but it is what it is. You man just want to live in that world of delusion. But listen, this is it. It is a concern that I have. But there was some other news today. That was quite good to see. Wan-Bissaka. Find the post just so that I can get it up. Pause.
Why?
Bruv, Fabrizio Romano posts so much, bro. This man must have a unlimited battery, brother. All right, so we see from the horse's mouth himself. I'm trying to zoom out in that. Brother Fabrizio reported today. Breaking, Aston Villa agreed deal to sign Wan-Bissaka from West Ham. Here we go. Deal in place on loan with mandatory buy clause. Green light from the player to Aston Villa project. Agreement between all parties. Green light for medical. I did see another tweet later on today that their medical is scheduled for tomorrow. Listen, I think this is a good move for Aston Villa. I do think that this helps us in terms of squad depth. It's a different profile. I can see what Unai Emery is trying to do, what he's trying to build in terms of squad depth. Z's asking, will he start over Cash? It depends on what the game is and on what the game requires. All right, hold on. All right, James, let me check that now. I'll get to it in a second, innit? But in terms of the Cash thing, it just depends on what the game requires. If we're up against the left winger that is causing havoc, bro, do you know what I'm trying to say, that we have to worry about, I think we start Wan-Bissaka, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I think we do start Wan-Bissaka. Because, he's a bona fide, locked down right back, bro. And I think to pretend that he isn't is disingenuous. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think that, like, if this was American football, you called him a lockdown cornerback, bro. You know that you can put him on an island, like Revis Island thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, bro, that's your assignment for today, and you know the player's not gonna get one over on him. I like Wan-Bissaka at the end of the day. It's Nedeljkovic that's leaving. And that's an upgrade. Cash is still there. It's a different profile. Let's just be honest, it's a different profile. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's a different profile, and that's exactly what I think Unai's trying to build in terms of defensively. Same on the other side, Ruggieri's coming in. Ian Maatson, if you want a complete super attacking right back, bro, you got that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You've got that. If you want someone that can provide you with some physical attributes, then you've got that in Ruggieri as well. I think depending on the game, and I think this is what's good about Unai, and I guess we're probably starting to see his ethos, is that this is now a squad game. We're gonna have like our starting 11, our ideal starting 11. But if the game requires this, then we've got this. If the game requires that, then we've got that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the vibes that we're gonna go for. G said he's like an older Spence. And I'll take it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? He's slower than Spence, but even in terms of his defensive positioning, bro. Like, I watched him last year at West Ham, and I did see a little bit more of an offensive output, which made me think, I was looking at Wan-Bissaka last year, thinking, is that an option that Villa could go for if West Ham do go down? And look what's happened. He also provides more depth. Listen, Aston Villa had no right back depth last year. Our second choice right back last year was Lamar Bogart. Lamar Bogart. Like, no disrespect to him, but he's not a right back. To be fair, I prefer him at right back than I do in centre mid in DM. But he was our second choice right back. That brother Garcia, trash. And that's why Matty Cash sometimes looked tired as well. He wasn't I think part of the reason why Matty Cash probably had the up and down thing going on is because he just was tired and there was no other choice. And Unai knew there was no other choice. Now we know that, okay, if Matty Cash needs rest, if Matty Cash isn't able to play, we know we've got a bona fide right back that can come in, Prem proven, You know what I'm trying to say? He's played at a good level. You know, the Champions League might be a step up. Cause I don't know if he played Champions League with United. No, he did. He's experienced all before. Like, let's run it. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yo, that brother got shipped out of here, boy. Got shipped out of here, boy. I didn't want to see that boy's face again. Listen, I'll never forget the first game I saw of Garcia, bro. You know what? One thing I say, he has got a good delivery into the box. I will do that. I will say that. But you know, this man couldn't do a throw-in. You know in school, yeah, where you know them brothers that just couldn't get the mechanics right for a throw-in. Like, it just, every time it was going to be a foul throw or it was going to be weak. There was no strength behind the throw. That was Garcia. I was like, how has this man made it to professional level? A man can't do a throw-in. The first throw-in that he did was foul throw in the... Come on, man. Come on, man. Can't have that going on, bruh. Sat there in that game, I was just like... I wanted to know that this guy had something... And I think, and after that game that he played, he came on. Unai didn't play him, you know. Again, I was like, what? I said, listen, if I was Unai, I would have, if my fullback can't do a throw-in, then what are we doing? Hey, what are we doing?
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no.
I mean, if your fullback can't do a throw-in, then you're screwed, bro. So that's what I think happened with my man. But he's gone now. He out of here, man. Get out of here, man. But I think Wan-Bissaka is a good buy. It's a good buy. Although it's a loan with a mandatory buy, so it's just it's a buy, but it's just at another point. I guess that's a financial thing going on. Sorry, let me just check my message. James has just dropped me a message. Leon Bailey would be open to a move to Ajax. His contract expires in 2027. The club would accept an offer of around 9 to 10 million euros. Brother, Leon Bailey is holding us hostage, bro. And it's sad to see this, bro, because this is my Jamaican brother. You get me? And we love him. You get me? On a cultural perspective, on a cultural perspective, on a perspective that he's one of us. But brother, come on, man, give up the ghost, bro. It's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. Please don't hold us hostage anymore, man. You know, respectfully. And the club have been very clear in the fact that we can't even go for like a right wing player unless he leaves. So, sure. Ajax, whoever, just come in and just buy him, man, bro. Just buy him. You know, just take him off our hands. Allow us to rest, man. Allow us the opportunity to just rest. At me. But yeah, I'll be happy if Leon goes. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are as well. For those of you that just joined as well, make sure you smash that like button. Sub to the channel as well. Man, I'm saying we can. Yo, listen. Give me. Yo, we'll have one. We'll have Nwaneri, bro. Send the Niger boy. Yeah, send him over here, bro. I'm trying to say we can do some. We can get him to do some shocky and them things there. But yo, send him over, bro. I'll take one. I've been saying this before it even became a thing. Like, Nwaneri is someone that we probably should have looked at with more intention. You know, he's unhappy at Arsenal. Well, he loves Arsenal, it's his club, but he wants more game time. He's not going to get game time. There's 3 players ahead of him in the pecking order in that space, whether that's the right wing or that more central space of where Odegaard and Eze are there. Like, he's not going to get the game time. Bro, listen, 45 M's. If we sell what... damn. I don't know. The money has to make sense, man. If it don't make money, then it don't make sense. You know what I mean? Has to make sense. Apparently Liverpool are in for Nwaneri. And beyond, and that would be a great move for Liverpool, though. Do you know what I mean? If they don't get him by, I think Nwaneri is to be honest, he's a more qualified buy for them over and buy. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. You know what I mean? Man, and this is why people are acting stupid, bro. You know what I mean?
Man,
Shut up, bro. Man's just changed. Man are saying stupid things on the stream right now. 20 million max for who? For who? Hey, first of all, like, and this is what we haven't bought Garnacho, people. Please stop it. That brother hasn't. The only bread he's getting is from his salary, and Chelsea's still paying some of that, bro. We ain't paying no peas for my man just yet, no substantial peas. So let's relax on the. You bought Garnacho for 40 M's. We ain't bought him for 40 M's. Obviously, you man can't read. I thought I had a YouTube community of people that could read, but evidently not. Because man, them are saying that we bought Garnacho. I ain't bought Garnacho yet. Yeah, man's on the loan, brother. He's on the loan. With an obligation to buy. If the clause is met, we don't know what the clause is. And I keep telling people, Harvey Elliott, hey, Harvey Elliott sat for a whole year, brother. You get me? Sat for a whole year, brother. Man, I'm saying run Ethan to Anfield, bro. KG, I'll be straight. That'll be a great buy for you, man. That'll be a great acquisition for Liverpool. Him and Rio kind of like battling it out on that right hand side. Top tier, man. Top tier stuff, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Let's have a look. They ain't want Ethan at Arsenal no more. You man hold the power. Give them 25 mil, 5 mil add-ons. I just think in light of the market at the moment, I don't think that really moves the needle. Do you know what I mean? Look at you guys. Look at this guy. Yes, it said obligation. It said obligation on there. Obligation to buy. You know what I mean? Listen, we smart, man. We smart. We may not have all the money in the world, but we smart with it. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to spend our money if we don't have to. You get me? You got Elliot, leave my youth alone. Listen, now Harvey Elliott he got shipped off right back to live to Anfield, bro, to go fight out for his spot in Anfield. We dodged the bullet with Elliot, man. Hey, Joe, don't let KJ see you say that, man. KJ might get mad, you know. I'm expecting to see him pop up right now, you know. Here we go. I expect KJ to pop up right now in defense of Harvey Elliott, bro. You can't. We're not allowed to do no Harvey Elliott slander over here. Elliott back up 10, Ethan rotation on right. Listen, and the thing is, straight away that does make Liverpool's squad a little bit more substantial. You know what I mean? Here we go. Look. I told you, bruh. Hey. My dog, KG, in the house. I know that wave is disingenuous because I know it's going to be followed with some Nico Jackson foolishness. And we have to give, like, I was going to say honor, you know, that's crazy. We have to give credit where credit is due. Harvey Elliott did score our first goal of the season, and I was grateful for that. And to be honest, there was many times in the season where I was like, yo, we need Harvey Elliott, man. Harvey Elliott would do great right now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But I do think Unai did it in the interest of the club. And for that, I respect it. For that, I will always respect it. And also, it makes me more confident about the Garnacho situation that if this brother doesn't hit the ground running or doesn't do enough for Unai to risk the club's money, he will sit him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I just wish we knew the clause obligations. I don't know if anybody can find that out for definite. We need to know because I'll be ticking off every game to see what go on. Hey, KJ, relax, man. Relax, bro. Relax. Calm down, man. Calm down. See, I'm thankful he's back home. Well, you know, let's hope Iriola can get something out of him.
Why?
I had to behave, man. What's this now? I don't know how long Liverpool will do it, but during the Klopp era, you were selling youth players for hella dough. Boy, I don't know. What's is there been a Ornstein bomber? Let me jump on Twitter now. I'm right here, to be fair. Okay, Ornstein 50 seconds ago. Oh, we rejected it. There we go. There we go. You ain't going nowhere. Stay your ass here, boy. Aston Villa to reject the formal bid from Al Hilal for Ollie Watkins. Proposal to sign a 30-year-old striker worth 45 mil euros package will be turned down by Aston Villa FC, but Al Hilal pursue for England international ongoing. Jacob Tanswell, Athletic FC, and Fabrizio Romano. Say less, bro. Say less. Man, I'm saying ongoing. Yo, big up. You got Ken for the super chat. I'm good. Yeah, bro, I'm good, man. I'm real good, man. I'm good. I'm real good. I'm actually quite pleased about this news because I really thought that maybe we would be going into the season without a first choice striker. As good as Tammy is, you know, Ollie Watkins is our number one striker, and for the sake of the club, I would love for Ollie Watkins to be able to do this season and bring Brian Maggio through. Do you know what I mean? Here we go. See the response of people. Big up Kizzy for putting it in the chat anyway. We slap it on there for everyone can see. Ollie Watkins, Villa to reject it, and this is the thing that we people probably didn't see in that first part. The decision lies with Aston Villa, and I think this is one thing that I think we always forget when it comes to football, bro. These players are under contract, man. These players are under contract, and they're not necessarily in control. They can put their transfer request in. They can say what they want. But, brother, if you're under contract, you're under contract. You get me? It's not even like you can hand in your notice, bro. You're under contract to a certain time, and that's it. And it's on the team. The team makes every decision. It's not on you, bro. You know what I mean? And if you hold out, I'm sure there's sanctions, bro. They're trying to get a friend for some. Here we go. They could forward back with better money. Yeah, they could. But I think this is what, if he does go, it has to be for the right money. I think James said earlier, between 50 and 60 M's, he'll go. And that's I think that's good. 50, 60 for a 30-year-old in this climate, bro. Ollie Watkins, who's not he's not the top striker in the Prem. Yeah, I'll take it, bro. If Maggio was older, I would have sold him immediately. What are you on about, bro? Hey, Joe, don't be coming in the chat, man, and saying stuff like this, bro. I respect your opinion. But Maggio, he's one. Yo, listen, we need to get at least 2-3 seasons out of my man, yeah, of him just popping off, bro. And then we can sell him for like 150 plus. And by then, the market will probably skyrocket as well. James said, unless a bid of 60 M's goes in, he will stay. That's what he's just been told. Fair enough, bro. It looks like Aston Villa, and you said it before, to be fair, you said that, like, concert, innit? There's a deadline, there's a price, a bit like what Chelsea did with Enzo. Yeah, this is the price. This is the deadline. You gotta make it. You know what I mean? So, listen, this is all good, man. This is all good. Like, all this is happening as we're here. Yo, up the Villa. Mr. M. Richards, big up to you every single time. Aston Villa, up the Villa every time. If Saudi Ego makes it go up to 60 M's, I don't mind. Listen, it at that point, as I said in my title says, can we say no? Can we? I know there's a goals lost there, but 60 M's, you know, we could package that up and we could go and get another. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We could. That's good. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it. You know. If Maggio was older, yeah. Listen, if Maggio was older, bro, I wouldn't be having this conversation. I'll be trying to get as much money as possible for Ollie, and not even as much money as possible. Like, as soon as the money makes sense, man's gone. But I'm not gonna allow a 17-year-old to carry the burden of the team this year. No way. Yeah, but big up Z and the man then for highlighting the bomber that came through. This football thing is crazy, bro. Like, things move so fast. Hey, this is why you can't let a certain man in the chat, you know. What kind of foolish man said in 5 seasons, man? Right. Here's the thing, let's be honest. Like, he's built like a giant, bro. You know what I'm saying? But if you actually look at his face, you can tell he's a kid. You can tell he's a kid. You know what I'm trying to say? I love Ollie, but it's the fundamental things he doesn't have, the touches, the control, easy chances. It is hard. It is hard. I was looking at this earlier, actually. Let me drag this up. Woo-wee. Let's look at his stats for the last few seasons. All right, let's go. And this is the thing, innit? It's so streaky, bro. Like, this is the thing. Ollie Watkins, right, last year he scored 21 goals and had 5 assists. Right? 21 goals, 5 assists. That's a good output, right? Genuinely, that's a good output. It's a good output. However, it's just streaky, bro. It's just streaky. Yeah, I mean, let's have a look. So, in the Europa League, no, like literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games without 8 games in the group stages without a goal. Then a goal. And then obviously he came good in the knockout stages, and that's what you want. You know, you do want that. You do want that, right? Let's be straight. Prem now. Look at the gaps, bro. Yo, man, then we know we don't want gaps. Yeah? We don't want gaps, bro. We don't want gaps. You know what I mean? We don't like gaps. You know what I'm saying? You know, we don't like big gaps. Don't like wide gaps. You know what I mean? But that's another thing for another day. But look at this, bro. In the Prem, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then a goal. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games without a goal. Do you know what I mean? He came good at the end, but even then, did he come good at the end? Look at all this. He's so streaky, bro. He ended the season good, but man, I want my striker to be popping off, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I want my striker to be popping off every single game. Ollie dictates our gameplay. I thought until I saw the last game against MS. Problem is he wanted a move last season and didn't get it, so was slow to score. I can't. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying there, but this is the thing, man. Let's be. I like to be a real honest fan, innit? And I love Ollie Watkins. I love the fact that Ollie Watkins plays for our club. I think he does bring a lot to our club, but he's so streaky. And as a Villa fan, it's so difficult sometimes. There was a goal, the game against Lille, first leg of the quarterfinals, or was it semi-finals? Man scored the header from like 30 yards. Takes tech. It takes good practice, good everything. Man scored it. Man went through 2 minutes later, 3 on goal, just screwed it up. And I was like, that is Ollie Watkins in a nutshell. That is Ollie Watkins in a nutshell. He'll take the hard chance. He'll finish the hard chance. But the easy one, he's not putting it away. And you know, Majo had a little bit of a game like that against PSG the other day. But he's 17, and that was his first competitive game. So I can give him a bly. It's the truth, bro. It's the truth. It's the truth. I think we can't ignore the stats, bro. And I think, let's look at 24-25 to see if there's any if it's similar. I'm gonna go back to the season that we would deem his best season, innit? But I want to see see if this is the same. All right, so to be fair, 24-25, he had a bad boy season in terms of assists though. Man had 17 goals, 14 assists. You know what I mean? Man had 17 goals, 14 assists. That's a mad output still. Can't even lie. But let's look at this again. In the Champions League, no goals, couple of assists in 8 group stage games? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 scored in the last group stage game, two assists, but it's against Celtic. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Then in the knockouts, nothing, bro. No output. Prem now, I guess you know what? With the Prem, I can kind of give a bit more of a blind because there was more assists, you know? But again, like, gaps. Not as many gaps. But okay, if you can have a season like this, I'll take it, brother. I'll take it. But, so if you're going to be streaky, then you have to also be, you have to also have the assist to do it. Let's look at 23-24. And I think this was probably his best season, isn't it? I think this is the season where he kind of announced himself. Let's see what I got on. Let it load up in that. So we had 27 goals, 15 assists. Yo, that's a season that we need to kind of talk about. But this is where man needs to be at. But you see, man was banging in goals throughout the Europa League, throughout the Conference League. It was a conference league. Prem, assists galore. Like, if you're gonna, you know what I'm trying to say, that's what I want to see from Ollie Watkins. That's like exponential. 27 goals and 15 assists is like top tier. But that's what is required. Here we go. So look at the comments. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you get? It's hard. It's a hard one, man. In the last 5 seasons in the top 5 leagues, only 4 players have more goals and assists. Salah, Mbappe, Haaland, Kane, and that's pretty good. Ollie Watkins and Eric Connors don't get injured that much. Fairs. That's what I mean. I think those sort... Yo, that 23-24, that's a crazy... But he would have been in his prime then, do you know what I'm trying to say? Ken saying that they're reliable players. I understand this. This is why I think it's too early to sell him. But if we don't sell him this year, we really should think about selling him next year, because maybe if he has a good year now, a proper good year or a decent year, we can still cash on him next year, or even in Jan, once Majo's kind of got his feet going and running and things there. It's a shout. But if it is, so this is my thing. If it is that Majo is the future, yeah? If Majo is the future, then you don't want to bring in another player necessarily that will take away from that. That's why I think Ollie's experience this season will be so key. Because for someone like Majo, who is evidently the future for Villa, you can learn under someone that can have a really good output when he wants to. There you go. You know, that is a fair point. No matter how good you are, if you're always injured, you're not good. The best ability is availability. Do you know what I mean? So, this is it, man. But guys, just to make sure as you're joining, make sure you're smashing that like button as well, man. It's important. Helps the stream, helps the channel. I appreciate everybody that's actually jumped on today, and all them things there. Let's see what's going on the YouTube front. Yeah, nothing's going on. But yeah, man, like, this is it. I think there's a few things, you know. I said my thumbnail says, should we be concerned? I think there is something that we have to be honest about the fact that there's a lot of players leaving that are key to the ethos and the culture of the club. But I do think the club has done really well with their buy-in philosophy this year. This is the most active window I've seen from Aston Villa whilst being a fan in the last few years. Well, not being a fan for the last few years. I've been a fan my whole life. But in the last few years, in terms of the season, transfer windows, this is the most active I've seen us be. And I'm real pleased with it, to be fair. I'm just go through some of these comments right now. Spicy, hey, I just want Majo to have a generational run. Listen, I would love for him to grow, develop, take the world by storm, become England's #1 striker, whilst being at Aston Villa, you know, and in the process propelling Aston Villa to some crazy heights. I'd love that. M. Richards, Ollie's work rate on and off the ball is massive. Think we got to keep him this season, man. Yeah. I think, look, when I saw Majo pre-season, and I'm not capping when I say this because you can go back and watch my content, I think the biggest, almost scary thing for any centre back this season is Ollie Watkins starting the game, doing the running that he does, tiring you out, getting you running to the channels, doing all that, or the hold-up play that he has, the strength that he possesses, and at 65, 70 minutes, you see Brian Majo warming up on the bench, bro. Are you mad? If I was any centre-back in this league, and that was the reality of Aston Villa, I'd be shook, bro. Because what do you mean I'm going to have Ollie Watkins with his industrious self? He's already strong. He's good. He's got good play. He's always going to be on my shoulder, on my shoulder, and trying to get in behind, all that kind of stuff there. And then you're going to send this Phenom, man. Yeah, I think that could be tremendous. Yo, listen, that would make any centre back pairing scared, bro. Do you know what I mean? The boy's a beast, bro. You know what? I had a change of heart. Watkins to stay at least this season. So the wait is. This is it, man. This is it. And the risk is if they come in with a sizable bid. If that bid reaches 55, 60 M's, I don't think we have a choice, man. That's the only thing. And it's not like them man don't have the money. They have the P's to do it. They have the money to do it. So in an ideal world, I've been saying this. In an ideal world, you want Ollie Watkins and Majo this season. I think it would be a great way for Majo to develop in a very organic way. Very organic way. However, if the money's right, the money's right. You know what I mean? Martinelli could be one to watch out for. Unsure about that one. If Ollie is sold, we will get Jackson. Fairs. Brother, this is a wild name. It's a wild name, brother. Golly. But yeah, listen, guys, I'm gonna get going, man. Appreciate you being on with me today. Thank you for getting involved in the chat. For every like, make sure that if you're watching the playback, make sure you smash that like button as well. Leave a comment as well. Let me know your thoughts and feelings. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate all my mods, them that govern in the chat as per usual. Well, listen, we're 5 days out from the season starting, and listen, in Unai we trust, bro. The man's got credit in the account. In Unai we trust. I think more than any other, or bar a few Premier League teams right now, we have a proven manager that knows what he's doing in this league at this level. Okay, we can give it to Arsenal. Arteta's got over the hump. He's been managing at a top level for a number of years. But then you look at the rest of the guys at the top. You know, Maresca didn't particularly have a great time at Chelsea, and now he's at Man City. More eyes are on him. There's a lot of changes going on there. You've got Man City. Carrick has done well, but this is his first full season. More competitions. You know what I'm trying to say? We don't know how much he can do. Who else is there? Liverpool, Iraola, proven Premier League manager. there's no reason why he shouldn't get a better tune out of Liverpool. But again, he's not managed at this level. You know what I mean? A Champions League team with expectations. Who else is there? Chelsea, Xabi Alonso, brand new manager. He's not Prem proven. So as much as all these clubs are saying, I've been hearing all these predictions and that, you can't dismiss the manager and you can't dismiss the Aston Villa of being on a trajectory for the last few years. And we've been there or thereabouts every year. So this is it. Like, listen, guys, just make sure, you know, I didn't mention it just until now to my brother, just reminding me right here. Boardroom tomorrow. I think we're going for 8. I think we're going for 8 p.m. still. 8 p.m., 8:15, whatever. Make sure you're jumping on. It is our predictions show. These man think I'm going to get them doing bare predictions. We're just going to do the top 10. Whatever conversation comes out of that. I'm just letting you know. I don't think my predictions are going to be what everyone expects them to be. I'm sure there's going to be some shocks in there. I'm sure there's going to be some copium in there. Hopium is there. Not for me necessarily. I've got ways to back up my decisions. And we go from there. So make sure you join me tomorrow, 8:15. KG, Shells, myself, and potentially someone from the Arsenal camp as well. But we go from there. But guys, appreciate you every single time. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you sub to the channel. Make sure you're leaving a comment. I know you're in the chat right now, but leave a comment as well when the video ends as well. All those things help the channel. And big up to every single one. Big up to my my mods. Thank you for the super chats, and I will see you tomorrow. Villa for life. You don't know what it is every single time. Peace. God bless.
May stop talking about Aston Villa.